Good afternoon and many thanks for joining me on today's program Business Trends, our financial magazine program where we discuss economic and financial related issues. I am Izinne Egasi and you are very much welcome. Welcome back. You're watching Business Trends. Now, Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Shippers Council, Hassan Bello, has called on the federal government to build truck holding bays and truck terminals in order to rid the port access roads of trucks and trailers which have become a menace to the port in Lagos and, of course, their neighboring communities. Stay tuned for more details on this report. Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Shippers Council, Hassan Bello, has called on the federal government to build truck holding bays and truck terminals in order to rid the port access roads of trucks and trailers which have become a menace to the port in Lagos and their neighboring communities. Hassan made the call during a talk shop themed the prospects and challenges of logistics service as the life wire of the maritime industry at the International Press Center of the Nigerian Maritime Reporters Association of Papa Lagos.
And listening to the paper, it is the same problem, of efficiency or lack of it. It is highly disappointing for us to have the situation we have at our ports now, the gridlocks. Simply because, one, we rely on only one mode of transportation or linkage to the port, while the port is supposed to be accessed by many modes of transportation. You talk about the pipelines. If we had pipelines, there wouldn't be any need for tank farms and many tankers that are lining up, on this road. If we have inland waterways, I understand a barge will take the load of about 20 or more trailers. We could use that also to access the ports. The rail is equally important because if we are connected, tin can with the rail, and the Apapa I think is connected with extensive rail system, then we wouldn't be having the problems we're having now. So the concentration is not on road. And let me just use the opportunity to say that the federal government, as you know, is coming up with a revolutionary rail system connecting all the ports with rail, all services with rail, including the seaports, including the inland ports, and other facilities. Yes, the ICD. So I think if we have rail, the advantage is rail takes off most of the goods at a cheaper rate, and deliverable. We are talking about door-to-door delivery of cargo now. So shipping is not restricted to the coastal places in Nigeria, but shipping is taking, the product from everywhere to everywhere else. That is door-to-door delivery service. So rail is important, and I think we have to come and support the federal government on its rail connectivity. However, the deep sea port is another thing. We need to have deep sea ports because, frankly, the ports in Apapa and Tinkan, they have just served their purpose. They are tired ports. That's why you have the problem of, transportation. They are city ports. Somehow the city met the port, and that is not supposed to be. You should have exclusive access to the port, even if it's by road. But now with my car and the trailer, we are looking for the same. That's not port access to the port. They should be exclusive to the port, and that's what it should be. And that's why Nigerian Shippers Council has expressed worries about the new or the deep sea port in say Lekki. I have not seen that connectivity. We went with the Minister of Transportation 2 days ago to the Lekki deep sea port. It has a depth of about 9.5 meters, which is different from the 7-8 we have here. So it may accommodate modern, larger ships. The economies of scale, they are obvious. That means Nigeria will afford to bring larger ships, will afford to be this load center where smaller ships will take it to other ports. Because Nigeria with population, it's actually the destination of, preferred destination of shippers. Most of the things being consumed in neighboring ports, they are here. When we design a port, when we design any transport infrastructure, it is important we take cognizance of what's happening in our neighborhood because we are facing competition. We have advocated for people to bring their goods to Nigeria, but it is not a command, it's a function of efficiency. And our neighbors watch what we do and they improve on it. But I think we just do things, not take into consideration what our neighbors are doing. And then another thing which he raised, which is extremely important, and this is the first time I heard somebody mention it, is the connectivity. You don't build an infrastructure in isolation, to others. They must be integrated, if I use that word. Yes. If I have a truck transit park in Edo State, for example, it must be connected with the seaport. If I'm sending trailers or trucks, to that, I have to look at it, just by, visual reporting in my office, I should have a dashboard to look at the space we have there. Or what is the ICD doing today in Maiduguri? So everything must be connected. That connectivity is very important. But Nigeria, I think we are going, towards that. So I had expressed fear about the lake in deep sea water because where are the roads? And why is the rail? Are we going to use the same lake? Then we are going to have a Papa again.
Former Director General Nemasa Patrick Egesi, while sharing the essence of the talk show, sought redefinition of the roles of the Nigeria Port Authority in the face of their needs of logistic infrastructure, especially access roads to ports.
The essence of today's event is to put the government on its toes in relation to logistics. And logistics in relation to port is the very life wire of the survival of the people. It's not a big hall where you have a lot of people, but the very important thing we have said here. And anybody who really loves the government brings out the problem that the country is facing. We are talking about things like the holistic examination of the problem of logistics, not just a piecemeal. I want a road in my town, I want that, I want that. That is a railroad, air, whatever system that makes cargo.
However, the General Manager, Port and Terminal Operators Limited, Henry Klein, says security is one of the major challenges in the eastern ports. He urged the government to look into the issues as soon as possible, starting from Apapa Port.
Yes, the major thing is, first of all, to find a way out of the present situation in Apapa, because the ports cannot stay like this for too long. The country is bleeding. Our economy is bleeding. Thereafter, they should try some of the plans we were talking about, rail connection, inland waterways, pipelines. They have been in the pipeline for decades. They should implement them. They are facing roads now. At the same time, we will want them to face the other modes of transport so that at the end of the day, when they finish with the roads, those other modes of transport will be there. That will free the roads. That will give logistics planners more room to practice their trade, serve the economy better, and all of us will be better off for it.
Now, on our next story, following the incident of scarcity of smaller Naira notes, former Deputy Director, Central Bank of Nigeria, Abiodun Shokwiton, stated that the menace is caused by unnecessary hoarding by traders and hawkers. Let's hear from the horse's mouth. Don't go away. Following the incident of scarcity of smaller Naira notes, former Deputy Director, Central Bank of Nigeria, Abiodun Shokwiton, has stated that the menace is caused by unnecessary hoarding by traders and hawkers. Sokoto, while speaking in an interview with Galaxy Television, said some staff of the Central Bank of Nigeria are accomplices in promoting the shortage of these currencies as they are involved in selling the notes to hawkers.
The system, but because some people hawk them, now for them to sell them to party goers and all that. And I actually have raised an alarm about this, and I've discussed with some of my own colleagues in the central bank that definitely there are some of the CBN staff who are complicit in promoting this shortage. What do I mean by that? We know that it is the cash managers in the commercial banks or the deposit-taking banks that actually sell these notes to those hawkers there. You get to the banks, you can't get any mint notes. But you go to the motor park or you go to parties and you see all these lower denominations on display, being sold like bread.
He, however, said there are laws put in place by regulatory bodies to checkmate unnecessary display of these notes on the roadsides or parties, but these laws are not enforced.
You get to the banks, you can't get any mint notes. But you go to the motor park or you go to parties and you see all these lower denominations on display, being sold like bread. And in any case, there's a law against that, but like most laws in Nigeria, they don't get enforced. So you discover that the money that you actually go through the official channel, I think, well, I believe it is the cash managers who sell these monies to those people who hawk, those hawkers of those notes around the place. And so, you can't get them officially, but if you are willing to pay for them, yes, you get them.
He therefore called on the government to ensure policies are put in place to stop the hawking of our currencies on the roadside, as it will affect micro, small and medium enterprises and cause an increase in the prices of goods. Well, I hope the government would look into that as soon as possible. Now, up next is the issue of substandard products as part of efforts to improve and enhance quality of manufactured products in Nigeria. The Standards Organization of Nigeria has organized a general sensitization workshop on increased awareness on quality and environmental management system standards, and for all certified organizations and other stakeholders. We'll be right back for more details on this story. Don't go away. State Coordinator SO1 Rivers State, Ololade Ayola, said the ISOs are prerequisites that need to be adhered to by organizations or persons in order to meet up with the customer satisfaction.
Because it has become a way of life. If we want to demonstrate confidence, we want customers to have confidence in what we are doing, application of ISO 9001 has now become mandatory in the business world today.
Conveners of the workshop, in their separate remarks, said the program will go a long way to boost quality of products and services rendered, as well as protect the business environment.
On a regular basis, because the product manufacturers and the service givers need to understand the importance of environmental sustainability and the efficiency and the quality of products and services being delivered. So it's a good step in the right direction.
Quite encouraging, very, very okay. And then I advise people who are here to make use of what they learn to do in their various factories. It's going to improve what they are doing a lot.
Some participants who described the event as timely said it has broadened their perspective on customer satisfaction.
The image the supplier wants to project to the consumers is one of the also it helps in business. The business, it will sustain your business for a long time.
For instance, ISO 9001 deals on quality management system. Any organization that decides to adopt ISO 9001, to me, it's a strategic decision by any top management of any organization, be it government, be it private, to adopt the requirements, implementation of the ISO standard.
Yeah, because it's not hazardous, even to yourself or to people. So imagine you coming to a tailor's shop and you see rags littering the whole floor. How will you feel? You will feel it will be a little bit repulsive. You may not want to enter. Then you can call yourself, and though you might be very good, you might be a good fashion maker, a dress maker, so to say. At the end of the day, your environment can repel people that come into your shop.
Finally, on the program, President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the National Security Advisor, retired Brigadier General Babangana Mungono, and other security agencies to allow and protect the movement of all agricultural goods in the country. The presidential directive is in fulfillment of government's promise to ensure even distribution of fertilizers and other agricultural implements to local farmers across the country. Stay tuned for more details. Speaking to an audience with the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative at the Presidential Villa, the President asked the NSA to specifically concentrate on issues relating to end-user certification, bearing in mind the bottlenecks associated with clearing, distribution and delivery of fertilizer to end users.
Rains are upon us. Farmers in the southern part of the country will be planting soon. We must all do our bit to ensure fertilizer is readily available. Therefore, the Ministry of Finance and Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority should immediately engage the Governors Forum to conclude their orders.
Chairman of the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative and Jigawa State Governor Muhammadu Abubakar, however, assured the President of the initiative's resolve to improve on their production capacity, which soared to 1 million tons in 2018. The governor disclosed the initiative plans to increase the number of blending plants to make fertilizer affordable to farmers without subsidy.
All hands were on deck to ensure quality fertilizer was delivered to the farmers at an affordable price and without government subsidy. This, like the Chief of Staff mentioned, sir, this project was less about how much money was spent and more about patriotism and collaboration.
We have the potash will be arriving on Tuesday, the 6th, to the port for distribution. We'll make arrangement for the nitrogen, which is one of the raw materials that will be taken from Indorama in Port Harcourt. And the limestone from Edo and Katsina and Kaduna is readily available. 63% of this raw material is produced in Nigeria. It's only 37% that we're importing.
Minister of Agriculture Aldo Ogwe said the agricultural sector improved drastically due to the support of President. He expressed optimism that Nigeria will meet its self-sufficiency targets given that Nigeria's import has fallen by 95%.
The ambassador of Thailand came to my office and said to me that we have really dealt with them. But I asked, what did we do wrong? And he said, unemployment in Thailand was one of the lowest in the world, 1.2%. It has gone up to 4%, because 7 giant rice mills have shut down, because Nigeria's imports have fallen by 95% on rice alone.
At the end of the meeting, President Muhammadu Buhari also directed the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to conclude the planning for all government programs for the 2018 season to ensure synergy while encouraging the Central Bank of Nigeria to work with commercial banks to ensure affordable capital to farmers and agro-dealers. And that's Business Trends for today. Till I come your way next time, keep patronizing Made in Nigeria products. I'm Izinne Egasi. Bye for now.